It's 5 o'clock. I will start the Public Works meeting, call it to order. Start out with the roll call. Alderperson Menzer. Here. Alderperson Bors. Here. Alderperson Rust. Present. And Alderperson Decker is present. Alderperson Bellinger is excused. We'll start out with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, move on to number 4, approval of minutes from the 26th of January.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any discussion on those minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. Those are approved. Okay. Public comment. Is there anyone here for public comment this evening? Okay. No one for public comment. We will go on to number 6. Resolution number 133-2526 by Alderpersons Decker and Rust, authorizing the donation of a 2005 UTV Kawasaki Mule to Elwood H. May Environmental Association of Sheboygan County Incorporated, Maywood. Who is okay? Thank you. Got it.
Thank you. This resolution is before the committee to donate a mule to the Friends of Maywood Parks. Maywood has been using this mule almost exclusively for the past several years, while DPW has been responsible for maintenance of the mule and fuel expenses, et cetera. The city believes that it's in the public interest to donate the mule to Maywood so that they can take on full ownership rights and responsibilities, recognizing that it will continue to be used exclusively to support the Maywood Park and associated amenities.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion on this at all? Anyone have any questions or anything like that? I think this is pretty straightforward. I know this was brought up before. The last time there was a little bit of a question about it, but other than that, I think.
There was a question and we've worked through that.
Okay, great. Okay.
I move to approve. Second.
Motion is made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Menzer. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That is approved. Okay. Number 7, resolution number 154-2526 by Alderpersons Decker and Rust, authorizing the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order for a IBAC HD CCTV sewer camera system for the wastewater division of the Department of Public Works. Travis or Joel? Which one are you? Get your button so I made the right one. Is this, there you go.
Good?
Good.
All right. Thank you. Yes, this item is a request from staff to expend funds from the 2026 wastewater budget for the purchase of a new CCTV sewer inspection camera. This item was identified and put into the budget last summer to replace an existing system that we have that's a 2018. The last several years, we've really struggled keeping that unit functioning in a way that allowed us to be productive all the time. We've been shipping it back and forth, and it's a highly technical piece of equipment that spends its life in sewer water. So there's that. And I think it's just time. We've been struggling with it for a while, and we're really looking at, kind of increasing our utilization of that equipment. We use that system for condition assessment, troubleshooting, when people call for, a sewer backup. It's one of the first things that we do is, let's see, because, you can't see it from standing on top of the ground. So I know Nate's here from our sewer crew. He's our sewer foreman. I know that's equipment that he uses every day. You will notice we did reach out to several vendors that are, I would say, the top 3 well-known manufacturers for this equipment in this area. And the e-box system, when we started asking around different municipalities and different contractors, that they received really high praises, mostly for their robustness, where they very minimal repairs, and they were very, very happy with that system. The Aries system, which we currently have, they did offer a new system as well, but we were very reluctant to go down that path. The last 2 or 3 years, we've been spending around $12,000 a year in repairs to keep that equipment going. So I think it's time for a different brand, a different manufacturer. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at with that one.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think this is, it's an 8-year-old piece of equipment that spends a very it's in a very harsh environment. So I think that 8 years is actually probably a fair amount of, and if there's something else that you have that is a little more robust available, that maybe saves cost on maintenance. By the time you're spending the maintenance on it, you're really not any further ahead to try to extend that life. So I would concur on that. Any other discussion on this?
I move to approve.
Motion's been made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Menzer. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Thank you. Let's see. Resolution number 8, resolution number 161-2526 by Alderpersons Decker and Rust adopting the 2026 Marina and Riverfront slip fees schedule. Who is, Nick? Okay. Yeah, go, whichever one.
Good.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
Thanks, Nick.
Yes, so we were looking to make a residential rate. So originally what we made is you just had a flat rate, and I had some of the local residents reach out and kind of inquire as to why we don't and if we would be able to make one. So I looked at the Parks Department as far as their residentials, and they're about 40%. So that's what I did with this rate. So it'd be $290 for residents, and might even encourage others to come out and have more rentals than we did last year.
Okay, thank you. Questions from anyone? Yeah, the only one I talked to Nick a little bit earlier. The only question I had was the slip fee was for why the monthly rate was a little higher than what was expected. But you had a good explanation. I don't know if you want to just give a quick
Sure. Yeah, I can give a quick synopsis. So the idea behind that is we want to encourage to have long slip holders. So the idea would be, if they want to stay, they could look at the half or they could look at the full season, and they would go that. If they decide to leave after a month or two, that's fine. But we would at that point be able to sublet that slip again. So we would be able to increase revenue in that sense. But it is meant to encourage long-term resident. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Alder Morris.
Do we have any estimates or projections for how this might increase slip rental in the upcoming season?
I'm sorry, come again, ma'am?
Do we have any estimates of how this might increase the slip rentals in the upcoming season?
You're referring to the monthly. This was how it was we had the same as last year, so this is actually not something that's been changed. It's just a method that was generally used. I know that some marinas use it a little differently, where they just go 200. But I think for last year, we had people go more towards the half-season rate. So we're not getting the full season, but again, it's still more than what you would pay for a monthly, which would probably be about $200 or something. So they're paying, whatever half the rate would be.
Right, but the residential rates are the new rates, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, I should have clarified. That's what I'm asking. Do we have any indication of how that will impact the occupancy and the funds that we bring in specifically because of this new offer?
Sure. I don't have any concrete evidence of that, but I imagine at a cheaper price, maybe people see it for $500 or whatever, and they shy away as far as city residents. And I see it as a kind of a benefit to the city in general, or being more friendly towards the city residents, and I think at the least it would encourage more people to apply and use that facility.
How much outreach did you have about it, just out of curiosity?
Honestly, a lot of our inquiries are after having already launched for it's about 2 years now. A lot of word of mouth. Everyone that I get a phone call from is, hey, I blah, 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 did this and it said it was great and XYZ as far as moving forward. So a lot of it has been word of mouth, but it is on the city website and then on our Facebook page as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Looking for motion.
I move to approve.
Second.
Motion's made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Bors. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Thank you, Nick. Okay, we go on to number 9, resolution number 162, 2526 by Alderpersons Decker and Rust authorizing the appropriate city official to apply for federal recreational trails program grant to support maintenance for the lakefront trail. Ooh, take up, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Remember when we just sat around the table? That was awesome, wasn't it? Okay, so so we have a great opportunity to apply for this recreational trails grant. And looking at all our trails, we took a good look at the Broughton Drive Trail. Probably for sure the most used trail in the city. Winter, summer, doesn't matter. It's approximately, the area that we're looking at is approximately 1.67 miles. It starts at Penn Avenue, follows the lakefront, goes all the way up to the overlook, and then it continues on over to Walrath Park and to the corner of 3rd Street. So in those areas, I took out our street supervisor, or that's not his title anymore, I'm sorry, Joel. But we looked at the trail very closely, and in a rating system, actually, that Travis found, we're right in about the middle, about 5, 6. From 1 being the worst to 10 being the best. We're probably right at that 5, 6 mark where we have, we have roughness, we have divots, we have some potholes, we have some cracking, but not to the point where you'd want to mill and overlay again. So that's good. It's a 1993 trail, so it's doing rather well. So we'd like to do this to protect it for a future, to make walking on it, biking on it smoother, to prevent water getting in and cracking more. So this is more of a preventive for maintenance to prolong it, but also for enjoyment of the use of it. So the grant itself goes up to about $100,000. That's capped at there. Our portion would be about $20,000. This project itself also includes ramps and detectable warnings with those ramps, so it's improving ADA accessibility. So all those things included: seal coating, major crack repair, regular crack repair, detectable warnings. We're right at about $194,000 for the project. The money that we would use for our side, for approximately $94,000 of it, if we get the grant, then would come from our ADA park-wide budget that was budgeted this year.
Thanks, Joe. I think this is a great idea. I mean, just extending the life of it, getting more out of it. I mean, and I've seen what happens when you don't take care of things like that. You're right. It's at a 5 or a 6. It's not maybe quite to that point or replacement, but all of a sudden you let it go another 5 years, and now you're at a 3 or a 2, and now it's tear the whole thing up and mill it and everything else like that, and you're spending way more money. Right. If this can extend this by 10 to 15, 20 years or whatever it is that you can get out of it, I think that's a bonus. Plus the fact we always like grants.
Right. Yeah.
We always like grants.
In the seal coating and the major crack filling and repair is right around $90,000. So I mean, so it's under half of what this project really is, because everything else that's going into it. So you're right. This could extend it another 10 years, and who's to say just couldn't extend it again with another investment of maintenance.
Yeah, versus I'm guessing to mill it and to do it all would be.
I wish I had those numbers. Yeah,
but it'd be quite a bit more.
Right, exactly.
We're talking a lot. So,
yeah.
All right. Any other comments, questions?
I move to approve.
Motion's made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Bors. Any other comments? All's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay, on to number 10, resolution number 165, 2526, by Alderpersons Decker and Rust authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into a contract with Shufflebotham Tree Service LLC for the removal of dead trees in Evergreen Park. Tim?
Yeah, thanks. I'm looking for your support here to enter into a contract with Shufflebotham Tree Service. This is part of a DNR grant that we were awarded. One aspect of the grant is to do a risk assessment of the hazardous trees throughout the park and then remove those trees. So this is a section of that grant. And there's quite a few trees here, 567 trees that we marked for removal. I would say half of those are fairly small trees. The other half are sizable. So this is definitely a good price. It was competitively bid. This was the lowest bid, and we have worked with Shufflebotham in the past with no issues. So I see this as a good deal for this project and for the city.
Okay, thank you. I will make a comment just from the past year when we had the bike trail to come forward and things like that. We did some tours of the park and saw some of the things, and there is a definite need for this in the park. This isn't going to cover it all, I would think not, but this is a start. We have to start somewhere, and this is at least going to start removing some of them. And I think our residents will be pleased with getting some of this out. Alderperson Morse.
Thank you, Chair. I saw that this is focused on, obviously, trees that potentially could fall in paths and roadways, things of that nature. In terms of is there an estimate of the total number of trees that really are diseased and need to be removed?
Well, I don't have those all totaled yet, but my main priority on this thing was to go around the road, thinking about making spirits bright and inviting all the visitors to drive around the path. So I was worried about trees falling on the road, and then I picked some major trails too that we targeted. But I would say, and that was the 500 some trees, right? I would say if you looked at everything, it's probably I would guess 4 or 5 times that many trees.
Okay, thank you. And in terms of it's obviously a sizable number to have these all removed by one contractor. Shufflebotham, what's the largest project they've done for us in the past?
This will be the largest that they've done for us, for sure. But knowing them and their equipment, Andy had told me he anticipates this taking him 6 weeks.
Okay. And is it complete removal? Will they chip them and haul them out, or they're not just felling them, I assume, and cutting them up and leaving them where they lie, or what's the extent of it? Yeah,
it's total removal. So it's cutting them down, chipping the branches, and hauling the wood out. So the only thing that would remain is the contract has anything smaller than 1.5 inches in diameter, like fine branches, that are in non-maintained areas, so like woods areas that are within 12 inches of the ground. So there's going to be, these are brittle trees, so they're going to fall and they're going to shatter. So it'll be impossible to clean them up totally. But basically with those specs, you're looking at everything.
And just one last question, Chair. The amount was kind of shocking to me. I had a pretty major tree removal done on my own property, and it was not a whole lot less than this, really. Were there more competitive bids that were close to this amount, or is this by far the lowest one?
It was by far the lowest. This was like $34,000. There was 7 bids. There was 5 of them were between $65,000 and $100,000, and one was like at 200-some thousand. So this was definitely the lowest. But knowing the other contractors, they have different equipment. That maybe they have to charge more to pay for that equipment. And most of these trees, you talk about an individual tree might cost this much, but it's kind of site specific. If there's not too many hazards around these trees, most of them can just be felled. There's not too many obstacles, things to worry about damaging. So I think that goes into it. I know this contractor looked at this for several days, so I although the price is low and it was kind of lower than I anticipated, but I feel like it would be silly not to go for it.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Move to approve.
Motion's made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Menzer. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Chair votes aye. That's approved. Thank you very much, Jim. Number 11, 2027 Independence Day Parade discussion only. Who is going to be taking this? City Attorney. I think I got you there. There you go. Thank you, Liz.
Thank you. Next year in 2027, July 4th falls on a Sunday. Historically, we host the 4th of July parade on the Saturday of the 4th of July weekend. In some cases, we have hosted it on the 4th of July itself when that's not a Saturday. Staff would like direction from council on whether we should have the parade next year on Saturday or Sunday. If we have it on Saturday, it's not on the 4th of July, but it would be consistent with past years. This year, for example, 4th of July is on a Saturday. If we have it on a Sunday, it would be on the 4th of July. We would be in likely conflict with churches along the parade route, as well as other areas, other area communities that host their 4th of July parades historically on that Sunday, as far as parade attendees and participants. So we would appreciate some direction from council.
I'll start out the discussion a little bit. I personally think, I mean, in the past, the city has always, we have historically done it on the Saturday. I do think, I mean, there are churches along the parade route. I think it's going to be a parking issue again. I mean, parking is always an issue with the parades as it is, and I think that we will, you know, some of the churches and stuff like that along the parade route, it might be disruptive of their services and things like that. That's my opinion, but opening to others' thoughts.
I think Saturday is good. The Saturday before.
Yeah, I think the Saturday is a better option. Alder Menzer?
I'll just echo that sentiment, and I'll agree with, I think, Saturday. Having not really thought about it much, that's my initial thought, but yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think it just makes sense logistically from that perspective. So yeah, I would agree with that as well.
Yeah. I mean, it gives us an extra, I mean, if we do have weather on Saturday night for like the fireworks, you could still do the fireworks on Sunday. I mean, the fireworks part of it could be done on Sunday. That's, if you would have a weather event or something like that. So it gives us a little bit of a fun factor that way also, so.
You've opened a new can of worms. Should we bring this back as a discussion item with respect to the fireworks? I think this past year we conducted the fireworks the same day as the parade, and it turned into a really fun summer beach party for a lot of people.
I'm just saying if we would have a weather event, say that gives us an extra day for a wet. No, I would stay with the Saturday evening for the fireworks and everything, the whole celebration on Saturday. But it just gives us. It seems like we've had some great days, and then all of a sudden we had to where we had to postpone the fireworks till the next day. So that gives us an extra day of a weekend day kind of a thing on Sunday if we would have that. So
I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. I guess that's that. The next meeting date is February 23rd, 2026. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Motion is made by Alder Rust, seconded by Alder Manzer. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.